Hello everyone, welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot and Astrology. I'm Denise. No astrology today, just Trump's, I don't know, either tarot or Kipper reading for the week of February 26th through to March 4th. So anyway, without further ado, let me bring the camera over my table. Meanwhile, sending you big hugs and let's check in. Hold on, be right back. Okay, so I decided to use Cheryl Marchetti's Kipper, and there's been a couple of things out on the news, so you guys probably have seen. I'll try to link the article. I'll try to remember to link the article below in the description area, but Judge Amy Berman Jackson has agreed to let Peter Strzok and Lisa Page to have Trump deposed, and get sworn testimony from him for 2 hours. They get to nail him for 2 hours, ask him all kinds of questions based on, the fact that he fired Peter Strzok in 2018. He also fired Andrew McCabe one day before he was going to retire. And I don't know if I think he lost his retirement, but he maybe his pension, but he may have been able to get it back. I can't remember what happened with that one, but anyway, besides Trump, they also get to depose Christopher Wray, our FBI director. So that should be interesting. And then there's some other news about, what was it? Jack Smith had been interviewing the Trump, the aide who copied the classified materials found in that box at Mar-a-Lago. And I guess she used her phone to put them onto, to load them up onto a laptop. And then so she voluntarily went to the interview, and after they finished, they subpoenaed the password to the laptop. I guess they made her leave the laptop, and she provided the laptop and the password. So there's that. God. So all those classified documents that Trump wanted digitized. Okay, so legal future, 21 cards. Trump's legal future. From February 26th forward. I'm going to blow it out past this next week, just in case. 1, 2, 3, 4. $15, $16, $17, $19, $20, $21. Okay. And these 4 on the bottom will go over here to the side. So let me start here. Let me get this framed up first. And then after this row, things will go more quickly. 5, 6, 7. So he came out on top, but let's see what else. Something's up behind his back. Oh yeah, of course. This is what he can look forward to. All of these cards here, I bet you can imagine already. Yeah. Okay. One of these days I need to create absolute signifiers. Like with January 6th, I always made this the committee card, but I need to when I'm reading for him, I need to make the people card someone. But then again, when you leave it free and open, it can be several people, and you can read in different layers because each of the people cards still has, besides the main male and female, they still have a certain quality to them, which goes above and beyond any one person. Okay, strategy. Oh, and here's Melania again. Man, she's been coming through every week. And meetings, teamwork for her and her reputation, probably way away from him, right? Yeah, Purdue. Okay, chopstick. All right. So let me start here because he's presented. So I'm not sure if this would be, I mean, of course, this would be Amy Berman Jackson, you know, the judge, I'm thinking, or that discovery that she wants, and he's going to have to bring it, right? He's going to have to communicate. But what's behind his back, oh, you know what this is? Oh, yeah. This is, because, you know, you look at, when you're trying to figure out, like, what one card is, you look at all the other ones. This is MBS and Saudi Arabian officials who are going to be, you know, he has all these, like, what is it called, LIV golf tournaments coming up for them, right? He's like whining and dining them, basically. He's pimping himself out. So, actually, I should probably do this so you know the names of the cards because they're at the bottom. There we go. Okay. So anyway, they are behind his back. MBS and the Saudis are behind his back. They're planning this visit to his, you know, golf course. He's been in charge of that. He's in charge, you know, of that whole situation. That's why he's up here at the top. But, you know, would you want to mess around with them? With MBS? I mean, my goodness, remember what happened to Khashoggi? Ah. And then, so here he is, who has opened up his home, his inner space, to the Saudis. And it's going to create a painful loss for them. Also, this is another clue as to who this community is. It's a foreign community who has been brutally murdering people. And he's decided, these cards knight together, he's decided to work with them. And he's opened up, you know, so they can visit and, you know, the gifts right into his inner circle. So all of these cards are connected there. Wow. And this is his new, you know, like business partnership with them. The marriage card doesn't always have to be, or is often not, a marriage. It has to do, well, the business marriage. Oh, okay. So, and this card also knights to the mature man. Let's see if we can figure out who he might be, if it's even a person. I really think it's still more clues as to them and their support, but they're not to be trusted. Neither is he, of course. You know, like attracts like, right? So that's what that's all about. And he's looking to make money off of it because they will come and stay at his they will come and stay at his wherever. I don't know which golf course it's even going to be at. I can't remember which one he had last time, but, you know, letting them into his resort for a huge amount of money. Oh yeah, somebody had a question about, this is a total side thing, but it relates. Somebody wanted to know, oh my goodness, I love her and I can't remember her name. Oh shoot, anyway, she wanted to know, oh, maybe it was Pamela. Might have been Pamela. Anyway, she wanted to know if Trump had taken super PAC money to pay for Tiffany's wedding. And I started looking online just to see, like, what about Tiffany's wedding? And I found this article, and I linked it under her question. But, but you know what happened with Tiffany's wedding? He had it there at his golf course. She was supposed to get married in Greece, but for some reason or another, he had it at his golf course. She thought he was going to pay for the whole thing, being that it was there, but he turned around and charged her full price for everything. He gave Tiffany a bill for her wedding. That's what a dirtbag he is. And that might be some of the clues, well, because it's one of those beautiful things with cartomancy where you can have multiple answers come through within the same spread, and this may be Tiffany's wedding and that community, and then he, basically fucked her over, right? God, can you imagine? Oh, so anyway, yeah, whatever support he has or who he thinks he's controlling, because, he's remember, this is his mind. It's mush. He's depressed. He's insecure. He's pessimistic. He's very ignorant and unaware. He just is completely unaware of the truth. And so whoever this guy is, he thinks he has control over. He might try to cheat them, but they're cheating him, right? And this, what I just said, is his soul path. That's the trajectory he's on, is to be cheated, because he's always cheated others. He's known for not paying his bills in New York. Everybody in the state of New York just, like, who would work for him? No wonder he had to turn, well, I don't know that he ever had to turn to Russian money. I think it was always there because of his dad, hooked up with first it was the Italian Genovese mob, and then the Russians came in to Brighton Beach and took over everything, and so his dad was then beholden to them. That's how it was back in the day. So, okay. So knighting to him, we have foreign interests, money, the soul journey he's on, in the way he works, that will end in a painful loss. So let's go with these few cards up here. So he's helplessly waiting. Can't do a damn thing about it. He's also being surveilled. He's being watched. Of course, he might have his two favorite Secret Service agents with him, but that doesn't mean that he's not being watched by Jack Smith, of course, and all types of other intel. So anyway, it's being watched. Oh my goodness, right here. This could be like somebody wearing a wire when they're around him. This could be watched on all different levels, all types of communications. There could be a hook into his phone like that. What was it called? Pegasus, that some Israeli company created. I mean, my goodness. And then important discoveries will be made. And he's looking forward to all of that. And there's not a damn thing he can do about it. And he's just oblivious to it. This is quite amazing. The discovery, another one of the communications and discovery that will come out, I'm thinking, is how little money he actually has, and how, mortgaged out, or however you would describe that, when you're just completely, in debt. That discovery's coming through, but we already knew that. What's his name? David K. Johnston has been studying he's gotten his tax records, and there's that other guy. Oh, I can see his face and I can't remember his name. But they've always said that he's never had the money that he's acted like he has. It's just that he has that flow coming through because, of course, we're talking money laundering. Done that all his life, right? Why else have those resorts? And then plus it gives him a place to golf, because that's all he does is golf and grift and lie and deny and deflect and sue everybody. So there's discovery made, besides the judicial process that he's bound to go through. And this, this could be my Jack Smith card for the day. I don't mind. Let's try that. Let's try that on and see what comes through. So if he's looking to be interviewed, deposed, wants communication, Jack Smith wants communication from him, and he's helpless to that, then there could be some charges being pressed. This is definitely a legal situation with charges that are possibly being pressed at some point. And a hearing, this could be our grand jury trial that he's looking forward to without really knowing it, because his brains don't work, They haven't for quite some time. He just goes along about his merry way, thinking everything's just fine. I don't know, he can do whatever he wants. He can go to Ohio and bring them, his Trump water. And might as well throw in paper towels, right? Like last time in Puerto Rico. What an idiot. Anyway, so here we go with this knighting these cards together, where his mind and him, the way he is just very immature. But back to Jack Smith, the important discovery and the part of the grand jury trial would be him stealing the documents. It's all right here. And there could be something from Jack Smith that's new. The child card can be something new. So a new discovery, new communications. I'm thinking that this would be what was on the laptop. And let's read the four corners. So the mature woman can be somebody supportive, but it can also be secrets. It could also be things that grow, right? Could also be some lessons that he needs to learn, because she's usually wise and teaches something. This could be because, oh no, it doesn't knight. Let's see, this is interesting. Maybe Jack Smith discovers how broke he is, how in debt he is, and that he's been doing that for quite some time because of this whole money laundering thing here. That deception as to where his money goes, moves from other countries, right? Because we have the clues here. And we already knew that anyway. But as far as the future for Trump, look at that. Let's read the four corners. So, like I said, let's finish reading the four corners. This could be some support that Jack Smith has on how he has stolen the documents, or the documents that have been stolen, and the discovery and all of that. That's all here, framing this in. And the rest of it is, I believe this has to do with MBS in Saudi Arabia. And here's how it ends for him, with a very painful lesson, painful loss. If it's not actual death because of MBS, it has to do with at least the opportunity to work with him anymore. Jeez. If it's like Sterling says, because remember Sterling thought that he would, and I don't know if he still thinks that, but he once he said that he thought Trump would somehow escape to another country. If that's what's if that actually happens, if this is him up here with the plans, because we don't have an airplane card in this deck, of course. So this would be all long journeys. The change card is a short journey, or going back and forth. And this could be him with his supportive plans with MBS. This could be MBS to him to leave, hide and leave, sneak out, sneak away. If that's the case, here's what will happen to him in the end. Even if he does make it, this is where he will wind up. Wow. And then meanwhile, just capping off the whole reading. Well, I still have to check these out here, but over here, this is Melania with her new strategy, and she has some new teamwork. Maybe this new guy that she's actually, hanging out with, and Trump's just so far out of her mind that it's not even funny. And this is like her new reputation or her new career. This is a career card. Okay, so let me do this one last thing. I forgot to do this part. So, yeah, I really do think this is MBS. Because the clues are here, and it knights to a partnership, and it knights to communications with MBS, and it also knights to, surprisingly we don't have the Jared card in here, right? That's a whole nother, well, you guys just know that oftentimes you ask me to read on someone, and if you're new, you wouldn't know, right? Well, just look in my playlist, go to my page, the home page, and then scroll over to the playlist, and there are, I've never even counted, there are just tons. And so Jared has his own playlist. And there are a lot of readings about he and MBS and that $2 billion. There's a couple of readings just on that. So, but anyway, yeah, I do have a Jared and Ivanka playlist too. I should have called it Vajanky, but anyway. That wouldn't help your search efforts, would it? So I think this is MBS and his poverty consciousness, his greed. It's poverty consciousness that leads to greed. Thinking that there's the cause of poverty consciousness is the false belief that there's never enough. You can never have enough, right? And they think they need to have all the money in the world to be somebody. So this is MBS here. This is him communicating with MBS and his partnership with MBS and his work with MBS. So, okay. Yeah, I'm looking here and I think that's it. The support is ending. Every time I say I think that's it, then there's more. The support is ending, these two cards mirroring together. They can work and work and work, but there's still just tons of poverty consciousness and sneaky Pete's, like Laurie calls them, sneaky Pete's in his internal space, in his head and everywhere else. And of course they're lying, cheating thieves. There can be some promise of new gifts, but it's not going to pan out when you have this card touching. And this is all sneaking up behind him. Does have a little control over it. The control he has would be to not flee. Don't run away from Jack Smith. You'd be better off in Leavenworth than you would be with MBS. But is he smart enough to know that? I don't think so. And he's being watched by, probably being watched and spied upon by MBS. And not only that, but a large community of spies. Because remember, this is the surveillance card here. So, yeah. And partnerships as to sharing information. And then Trump's just looking at court, looking at juries, looking at discoveries. Could be spying discovery, pieces of information. Like what's on that laptop, right? Everything that's on that laptop. Jack Smith is going to has already. Jack Smith has it already. And Trump is here. Mushmelon. Okay, well that's it. Big hugs, you guys. Have a really good weekend. Bye.